Hello, welcome to the 80 Literary and Jury Charge. We're going to start off with a crazy lawsuit filed. Ready? In 2007, Albert Freed won a free trip to Hawaii for selling more than $20,000 worth of diet products. For the trip, his wife bought him 8 new pairs of Hanes men's briefs. At the beach, Freed got sand in his swim trunks, which irritated his private parts. The new underwear made the injury much, much worse, he alleged, because it had a defective fly that gaped open and acted like sandpaper on my privates. This, Freed claimed, caused excruciating pain that ruined the vacation. Freed, who acted as his own attorney, sued Hanes in small claims court for $5,000. The verdict? Case dismissed. And then down below it says most followed business on Instagram, Victoria's Secret. All right. Going to go right into some Latin and French words. I'm going to give you the words and then I will read you the paragraph. So we've got lex loci, nudum pactum, superstitious, and stet. Here we go. Ready? Lex loci means the law of the place. A lex loci contract would be the law of the place where the contract is drawn. Nudum pactum is a null contract. When a contract is made without any consideration or other than a promise, the term nudum pactum is applicable. Superstitious is a stay of the legal proceedings. Superstitious means pending the outcome of an appeal. Lex loci delicti would be the law of the place of the crime. A nudum pactum is ordinarily not enforceable. Superstitious may be based on a court order or a writ. In Latin, stet means let it stand. When editing documents, stet is used to indicate that no changes are necessary. All right. I've got an article here. This is called Make Up Your Own Mind to Succeed. Ready? Well-intentioned parents have unwittingly left their kids defenseless against failure. The current generation of millennials born between 1980 and 2001 grew up playing sports where scores and performance were downplayed because everyone is a winner, and their report cards had more positive spin than an AIG press release. As a result, Stanford University psychologist Carol Dweck PhD, calls them the overpraised generation. Dweck has been studying how people handle failure for 40 years. Her research has led her to identify two distinct mindsets that dramatically influence how we react to it. Here's how they work. A fixed mindset is grounded in the belief that talent is genetic. You're a born artist, point guard, or numbers person. The fixed mindset believes it's entitled to success without much effort and regards failure as a personal affront. When things get tough, it's quick to blame, withdraw, lie, and even avoid future challenge or risk. Conversely, a growth mindset assumes that no talent is entirely heaven sent and that effort and learning make everything possible. Because the ego isn't on the line as much, the growth mindset sees failure as opportunity rather than insult. When challenged, it's quick to reassess, adjust, and try again. In fact, it relishes this process. We are all born with growth mindsets. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to survive in the world. But parents, coaches, and teachers often push us into fixed mindsets by rewarding certain behaviors and misdirecting praise. Dweck's book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, and online instructional program, Brainology.us, explain this in depth. But she says there are many little things you can start doing today to guarantee that your kids, grandkids, and even you never get derailed by failure. All right. Moving right into some jury charge. Jury instructions. I'm going to give you a small word list. We've got McKinley, surplusage, offenses, intentionally, factual, potential, penalty, probation, technically, prosecution, which is PR final GS, firearm, robbery, sequence, foreman, enhancement, menacing. All right, here we go. Ready? People versus McKinley. All parties are present. The jury is present. The court is going to answer the questions submitted this morning. There was a question in connection with counts 5 and 6 regarding when a principal is armed with a firearm, said arming not being an element of the above offenses. 7.55 refers to an arming, this portion not being an element of the above offenses is surplusage as far as the jury is concerned. It is part of the verdict forms that were submitted, but it was not in the instructions. So you can disregard that portion. It is not a jury issue in connection with the second question regarding the same counts 5 and 6. The defendant personally used a firearm within the meaning of Penal Code sections 45332.9 and 45332.8, sections A and B. What is meant by used? If you will look at 7.56, the third paragraph, it will answer your question. It means to display a firearm in a menacing manner, intentionally, to fire it or to intentionally strike or hit a human being with it. Your question number 1 was, what is meant by used, is covered by that portion. Your second question, is it within the meaning of Penal Code section 45332.9, is of no concern to the jury. I will tell you that's merely an enhancement. If there was a finding against the defendant on that point, it increases the potential penalty. Penal Code section 45332.8, sections A and B, are pleadings that restrict probation if there was a finding against the defendant on the use of a firearm in certain offenses. So it is not technically a jury question, but only the factual findings within the law. Those are principally pled so as to put a party on notice of the position of the prosecution for additional possible penalties and no probation. Those questions may be returned to the jury and they will be filed. Mr. Foreman, if you will now turn to the instructions with respect to count 6. Your question was, if we substitute assault with a deadly weapon for robbery in the first paragraph, you actually meant the second paragraph, but we will follow your sequence. How does that change the meaning? All right. I've got kind of a funny little article here. It's called Only in America. Here we go. Ready? Only in America can a pizza get to your house faster than an ambulance. Only in America are there handicap parking places in front of a skating rink. Only in America do drugstores make the sick walk all the way to the back of the store to get their prescriptions, while healthy people can buy cigarettes at the front. Only in America do people order double cheeseburgers, large fries, and a Diet Coke. Only in America do banks leave the doors unlocked and then chain the pens to the counters. Only in America do we leave cars worth thousands of dollars in the driveway and put our useless junk in the garage. Only in America do we buy hot dogs in packages of 10 and buns in packages of 8. Only in America do we use the word politics to describe the process so well. Poly in Latin meaning many, and ticks meaning blood-sucking creatures. Only in America do they have drive-up ATM machines with Braille lettering. Ever wonder why the sun lightens our hair but darkens our skin? Why women can't put on mascara with their mouth closed? Why don't you ever see the headline, Psychic Wins Lottery? Why is abbreviated such a long word? Why is it that doctors call what they do practice? Why is lemon juice made with artificial flavor and dishwashing liquid is made with real lemons? Why is the man who invests all of your money called a broker? Why is the time of day with the slowest traffic called rush hour? Why isn't there mouse-flavored cat food? When dog food is new and improved tasting, who tests it? Why didn't Noah swat those 2 mosquitoes? Why do they sterilize the needle for lethal injections? You know that indestructible black box that is used on airplanes? Why don't they make the whole plane out of that stuff? Why don't sheep shrink when it rains? Why are they called apartments when they are all stuck together? If con is the opposite of pro, is Congress the opposite of progress? If flying is so safe, why do they call the airport a terminal? In case you need further proof that the human race is doomed through stupidity, here are some actual label instructions on consumer goods. On a hairdryer, do not use while sleeping. On a bag of Fritos, you could be a winner. No purchase necessary. Details inside. The shoplifter special. On a bar of Dial soap. Directions. Use like regular soap. And that would be how? On some Swanson frozen dinners. Serving suggestion. Defrost, but it's just a suggestion. On Tesco's tiramisu dessert, printed on bottom. Do not turn upside down. Well, it's a bit late. On bread pudding, product will be hot after heating. And you thought? On packaging for an iron, do not iron clothes on body. On children's cough medicine, do not drive a car or operate machinery after taking this medication. We could do a lot to reduce the rate of construction accidents if we could just get those 5-year-olds with head colds off those forklifts. On Nytol sleep aid, warning, may cause drowsiness. On most brands of Christmas lights, for indoor or outdoor use only, as opposed to what? On a Japanese food processor, not to be used for the other use. Now, I'm just a bit curious. Help me on this one. On Sainsbury's peanuts, warning, contains nuts. On an American Airlines packet of nuts, instructions, open packet, eat nuts. Step 3, maybe fly Delta. On a child Superman costume, wearing of this garment does not enable you to fly. On a Swedish chainsaw, do not attempt to stop chain with your hands or any other parts of your body. All right, and that concludes our literary and jury charge for the 80 class. Have a great day.